Hello everyone, welcome to Honara's Arts and Lifestyle channel. Many of you had been requesting me to show on how to do Tulasi Pooja, that is daily Tulsi Pooja, and the rituals to be followed for that. Well, it is very simple and I wasn't sure if I should really make this video, but because many of you requested, that's why I thought I'll just show you quickly on how to do this. So just in case, if you also want to learn on how to do a Tulsi Puja on a daily basis, then don't miss to watch this video till the end. Before I show you or brief you about the rituals for worshipping Tulsi on a daily basis, let me first tell you who is Tulasi and why is that we need to worship her. And I would also like to share a very beautiful story about Tulasi and her connection with Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu, and why is that Shaligram is worshipped along with Tulasi. So do not skip this part because this is going to be very important and it's going to form a base for some of the rituals I'm going to tell you at the later part of the video. The Tulasi is the most sacred plant that we worship because of its connection to Lord Vishnu. Also known as the Tulasi, the plant is believed to be the earthly form of the goddess Tulasi, who was a devoted worshipper of Lord Krishna. As he is one of the most important deity among the Indian gods, the Tulasi too shares this significance. The plant is usually given its space, preferably in the central courtyard at one's home. Tulasi is actually kept in a very special pot and we call this as Tulsi Vrindavan, and it usually has images of Lord Vishnu and his other forms like Krishna and Vithoba. Another goddess, Lakshmi, is also closely associated with the Tulsi plant. And it is said that for those who wish to have a prosperous and peaceful life, this plant is an absolute must in the household. But there isn't just one kind of Tulasi, there are actually two kinds. The lighter Tulasi is called as Rama Tulasi, and the slightly darker Tulasi is called as a Shyama Tulasi. It is the Shyama Tulasi with its dark purplish leaves that is more closely associated with Krishna, as the leaves are said to resemble his complexion. In ancient scriptures, the Tulasi is regarded as a gateway between heaven and earth. A holy prayer describes the Tulasi as having the supreme creator Brahma in its branches, the sacred Hindu scripture called the Vedas in its lower branches, the other deities in its stems, and the Ganges running through the roots, along with the center of all the Hindu pilgrimage. The vivid description makes you understand the significance of this plant holds in the hearts and minds of its devotees. The person who worships Tulasi is said to gain moksha or salvation because of the care that they have shown towards the Tulasi. So now that you have understood on who is Tulasi and why is that we are worshipping her, let me now tell you a very small story associated with Tulasi and Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna. Before we come to the story of Tulasi, there is another person that we need to be aware of, and his name is Shankachur. Shankachur was a powerful demon who aided deities. His wife Tulasi was a great devotee of Narayan. She was very faithful lady, and because of the powerful of her faithfulness, Shankachur was invincible. But the question arises as to who was Shankachur. One day, Sri Krishna was sleeping. His best friend, Sridhama, that is Sudhama, started guarding his room so that nobody would disturb him. While Radha came to meet his beloved Krishna, Sridhama prevented her to enter. Furious Radha cursed him that he will become a demon in his next birth. When Krishna knew about the incidents, he consoled Sridhama and blessed him that he will come and create a path for his freedom. Sridhama became Shankachur in his next birth. Shankachur was extremely powerful with strong character and principles. He was a mighty warrior and person. Shankachur hated deities because he believed that deities are opportunists and traitors. But Shankachur always had some kind of attraction towards Narayan. In spite of his hatredness towards the deities, he never prevented any citizen of his kingdom from worshipping. Shankachur, with the help of Lohitang, attacked heaven and defeated Indra. He became the king of heaven and gave position to both deities and demons in his court. With the turn of destiny, he attacked Kailash. Nandi, Ganesh, Kartikeyan, ghouls and goblins fought but failed to defeat him. He was invincible because of the powers of the faithfulness of his wife Tulasi. Shankachur was supporting Lohitang, who wanted to destroy Shiva. Shankachur needed to be stopped because he was supporting the unrighteousness. Also, Shankachur wasn't destined to be a demon. He got cursed and Narayan wanted to free him from the demon class. Tulasi was conducting a prayer in which she was about to give ultimate protection to her husband. Deities were worried and went to Narayan for the solution. Narayan, being the moderator of this world, had no other option left but to break the faithfulness of Tulasi. He went in disguise of Shankachur near Tulasi, where she organized her prayer and accepted him as her everything. This way, she got married with Narayan and her faithfulness broke down. Narayan appeared in his real form. When she saw Narayan, she understood the situation and felt cheated. She went into deep sorrow and cursed Narayan that he will become a stone, that is Shaligram, just like his heart. Narayan apologized for his act and accepted the curse. He blessed Tulasi that she will always be worshipped before him. Narayan then explained Tulasi why he did so. According to the curse of Radha, Sridhama got the birth as demon. He needed to be freed from the demon class, but Tulasi's protection was preventing that. Also, Shankachur was on the side of righteousness, and Narayan cannot do anything to stop evil. He can bear any pain or curse to fulfill his duties to moderate this world. He can even fight Shiva to stop destruction. He can take the wrong path to kill the wrong. He can break his own promises to respect the boons of others. For Narayan, righteousness is everything, and he can go to any extent to protect it. Tulsi felt very sorry when she got the knowledge of Sridhama and how she was preventing him to get freedom. With deep sorrow, Tulsi asked Narayan to free her from her painful life. Narayan accepted her wish and she died there. This way, Narayan created the path of freedom for Sridhama as he promised him, but in the whole process he got a curse. When nobody was able to defeat Shankachur on Kailash, then Shiva appeared. Narayan already destroyed the protection of Tulasi on Shankachur, so Shiva killed him with his trident. Narayan welcomed the soul of Sridhama and gave him freedom from the cycle of life and death. So this completes the story of Tulasi as well as Vishnu and Krishna. And this is the reason why we all worship Tulasi and why Shaligram is also worshipped along with Tulasi. Now that you have understood the story, let me now show you the ritual of worshipping Tulasi. To start with, clean the floor where Tulasi is situated. The floor is already clean and I'm just cleaning it again just for the sake of the video. And once the cleaning is done, put a rangoli using white rangoli powder. You should not be using chalk piece for this. You should be using this kind of a white rangoli powder for this. And unfortunately, I'm not that good at putting the powder rangoli, but I'll try my best to show you. Any design should do, that should not be a problem. So once you have done this, the next thing is lighting the diyas. In our house, we don't actually light the diyas every day. We only light it during the festivals. But just in case if you want, you can even light it every day. There is nothing wrong with it. Next thing is do the puja for the diya first. With kumkum and turmeric. Now once this much is done, take Ganga Jal or any water that you have worshipped and sprinkle it on her in this way, and you can even water the plant and apply kumkum and turmeric. The reason why I'm not applying to the leaves but I'm just applying it to the stem is because looking at it from a botanical perspective also, it is said that kumkum and turmeric, sometimes what we get outside, it is not very pure and it may have chemicals, and if we start applying it to the leaves of the plant and all, then it might actually harm the plant. So that is why I tend to keep minimal turmeric and kumkum, and I just put it at 1 or 2 places in the stems. And you can offer flowers. Usually Tulsi and all will be kept in a Brindavan. That is a kind of a unique traditional pot which is made for Tulsi. Unfortunately I don't have it because I really wanted it to be done in sandstone, and because I stay in the apartment, that would have become very huge and heavy. So I have just kept it in a plastic pot for now, but actually you should be worshipping the Brindavan also. And once this is done, the next is you can even offer her the Geje Vastra or the garland which is made out of cotton. And you can do the Agarbatti Arati. Followed by Camphor Aarti. While I don't do Camphor Aarti every day, it is optional. In case if you want, you can do it. Unfortunately, there is too much of wind outside today. And this completes the puja for Tulasi. Now you can actually chant a few shlokas for Tulasi. The first shloka goes something like this. Yan mule sarva tirthani, yan madhye sarva devata, yadagre sarva vedascha, tulasim tam namamyaham. The meaning of this is, I bow to the Tulasi at whose base are all the holy places, at whose top resides all deities, and on whose middle are all the Vedas. So basically what we are trying to say is, at the base of the Tulasi, there are all the holy places which are present, and at the top of Tulasi is where all the deities are residing, and in the middle place of the Tulasi is where there are all the Vedas. There is one more shloka which can be chanted during Tulasi Puja, and that is Nama Tulasi Kalyani Vishnu Priye Shubhe Namo Moksha Prade Devi Namaha Sampat Pradayike. And the literal meaning of this is, Hail Tulasi, who is love of Vishnu, who is auspicious and provides moksha and wealth to the worshipper. And by chanting this mantra, you can end the Tulasi Puja. So the sequence in which you will have to do Tulasi Puja is, first you will have to do the main door puja, and then you will have to perform the Tulasi Puja. And along with all these rituals that I told you just now, there is one more kind of ritual which is being followed, and that is nothing but Tulasi Shaligrama Puja. So we all know what is Shaligram. Shaligram over here represents Lord Krishna. And that is why Shaligram will be kept along with Tulsi inside the pot of Tulsi sometimes, and it will be worshipped. Unfortunately, I don't have a Shaligram right now, so I am not able to show it to you on how to do it, but I can just explain to you on how it is done. To worship Shaligram, you will have to do Abhishekam of it with water. So that is something like Gangajal Abhishekam. And after that, you can pat it dry, and then you can apply Chandan. And in case if you have got akshate, you can keep akshate on top of chandan, and you can offer flowers and tulsi leaves and do arati. Now again, arati can be agarbatti arati or camphor arati. And just in case if you have got a piece of yellow cloth, then you can offer that also for the Shaligram. And along with all this, there is a shloka that can be chanted for Shaligram, and this is how it goes. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. The meaning of this shloka is, beloved son of Vasudev, destroyer of Kamsa Chanur and Mushtik, happiness of Mata Devaki, we salute to you Krishna, the Guru of the world. Now by chanting the shloka, you can end the puja for Shaligram. So this completes today's video. I hope you all have liked this video. If so, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get automatic notifications every time I release a new video. Thank you.